is to go out and just prepare, and to proper preparation, proper mindset, and do your best effort, and to learn the bike's characteristics. And that's what they're able to do. And the guys up front, the pro riders, I was watching them. They're very smooth, and you can see that they've really put a lot of effort into learning the characteristics of the bike.
It's great to talk to you, and we're all sure ready. We're all looking forward to having you in the commentary box and hearing from you as the races go on.
Oh, well, thank you very much. It's great to be here.
Cheers. There you have it. Of course, a multiple-time champ, Mr. Spencer, who's joined us today for the Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup presented by JK Tyre, the race that's coming in. Last Freddy. Well, let's talk about the race that's coming in now. We've got the Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup presented by JK Tyre, and starting off on pole position, it's none other than Kayan Zubin Patel. Kayan, all set for this one?
Yeah, it's a great feeling. It's my first pole of the season, so I'm really going to push hard, and it's going to be a tough fight now because all top three of us are fast enough now, and we are already at the pole now, and we're going to fight with these people and get the first place.
Go well.
Thank you.
Let's have a quick chat. We got Anish Damodar Shetty starting off on P2. Anish, all set for this one?
Yeah, we are all set. Good to go racing.
Overall Riders Championship, the lead there, interestingly poised.
Yeah, it's I've pretty much sealed the championship for this year. But again, I'm taking it one race at a time and hoping for the best and looking forward for the win.
Always hungry for a good result. Well done and go well. Let's have a quick chat with Navneet, who starts off on P3. Well, as P. Batena, sir, having a quick chat with him before that race. Navneet, what plans for this race weekend?
That's only one plan, to go for the win, because there's only one winner. And I'm not talking about the championship, but this race I could maximum take is one win. So I would go for it. And yeah, it's going to be a good race.
I'll go well. There you have it, the top three lining up on that front row. There's Kayan Zubin Patel, there's Anish Damodar Shetty. Navneet starts off on P3. And these three, when you talk about the overall standings in the pro category, are pretty much one for Anish Damodar Shetty, two for Navneet, and three for Kayan Zubin Patel. So it's going to be interesting to see how this race goes. It's back to you guys in the commentary box.
Thank you, Raman. So we are back with live action, and it is the Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup coming your way. Let's very quickly talk you through the starting grid of this race. It is Kayan Zubin Patel who starts at P1. Then you got Anish Shetty at P2, Navneet Kumar at P3, Raj Kumar starting at P4, Varun Patel at P5, Amal VP at P6. Then you got Anish Patel at P7, Jorin Varisa starts at P8. And you got Vivek Pillai at P9, Pradeep starting at P10, Anish Samson at P11. Then you got Brian Nicholas who starts at P12. Sesadri starting at P13, Vikas Sobhan starting at P14. You got Kabir Sahoj at P15. Then you got Brendan D'Souza starting at P16, Soham Khan at P17, Saran Kumar at P18, Saurav Dev starts at P19, Rushabh Gala at P20, Swapnil Dixit at P21, Shyamlal Das at P22, Karan Arora at P23, and Akash Boro all the way back at P24. So 24 riders are ready and lined up. So the start of the JK Tyre presents RE Continental GT Cup. This is, remember, race number 4 of the weekend. It is Saturday, then we got Super Sunday tomorrow coming your way as well. And it will be a 10-lap race here at the Curry Motor Speedway. Anish Damodar Shetty has dominated proceedings so far in this category throughout the season, while Navneet Kumar, who's the defending champion, he'd be hoping to have a good season coming, in fact, good weekend for him, so that he can go on and notch some valuable points and try and challenge the dominance of Anish Damodar Shetty in this category. Kayan Zubin Patel for the first time starting at P1. He was clearly delighted to be at P1. Now what we'll have to see is, can he convert this P1 start into a race win? As far as he's concerned, he's been on the podium a few times, but it's about getting home first, taking that checkered flag. That is now the challenge for Kayan Zubin Patel. Brian Nicholas and Joring Maurice have been top-notch as far as the amateurs are concerned. Remember, it's a pro-am group. We've got 12 amateurs and 12 professionals all riding together in the JK Tyre Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup. I'm Karthikeyan, as always with me in the commentary box, Solomon.
You know what? It's really feels it's a fan by moment for me, Karthik. When Freddie passed around me and I was speechless. That's the effect that he really has, because he's the only man to have won, the first man to have won the 250cc and the 500cc in a single year, in a single season, and the first to do it. And he was also part of that. I really enjoyed the battles that he had with Lawson, Gardner, Rodes, and he came back very strong as far as the fight with him is concerned.
So you can see the drone view of the starting grid. We will have the formation lap, and then we'll have the race coming your way. Remember, 10 laps of racing in the Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup. Fanboy moment for Solomon. Clearly, it is when you are in the presence of somebody like that, you are awestruck. You are obviously, these are champions. These are legends you've seen on your TV screens, and when you're standing next to them, Solomon, obviously it's a surreal feeling.
When you have a man like, they call him the Fast Freddy, and for sure it is one of those moments where we're going to see him on the track again. Yesterday he was testing out the Royal Enfield, the new bikes that are coming in. He himself also works around with the 650 in his garage. One of the guys who have been very responsible as far as the Royal Enfield teams are concerned, especially training them, managing the Royal Enfield Built Train Race, all women's road racing program in the US. What a legend to have Fast Freddie Spencer. It's an honor to have you here with us. Now, the Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup, presented by JK Tyre. We are ready. We are ready for total control. We are ready to tell you how the racers are going to take it on again. Kayan Zubin Patel. What reputation does he have? His uncle is a 7-time national champion. His father has had taken a lot of time when it comes to raid the Himalayas. There is legendary stories, and there's a family of DNA when you talk about racing as a culture. It's an absolute splendid honor to have the one and only Freddie Spencer. It's a goosebump moment for all of us here again.
That's very kind, and it's great to be here, and I got to go around to each of the riders before the start of the race and wish them good luck. And main thing, good luck and have fun.
Freddie, I got to ask you this again. Let's talk about your battles again with Lawson, Gardner, coming back from injury. Was that England or was that Yugoslavia?
No, that was actually in England, where I had
All right.
where I broke my foot. And then in Spain, what you're talking about is where I crashed in morning warm-up, and I broke my hand and came back and won the race that afternoon.
How does somebody come back from injury and just let the pass be a pass, and you're attacking on all corners?
Well, in fact, that's one of the questions that one of the GT Cup riders asked me, because they had a toe injury and they're coming back from that. It's difficult to be able to put it out of your mind, but you have to go out and realize that if you focus too hard or try too hard to come back, you're actually going to go slower. And so the real key is to be able to get your mind in the proper positive mindset and get ready and get it out.
Right then, the formation lap is done, and we are moments away from the start of this race. Remember, it's a pro-am grid with half professionals and half amateurs. You can identify the bikes with the color of the number in front of them. The ones in black are the pros, and the numbers written in red are the amateurs. A full grid of 24 riders are ready to have a go at the Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup presented
We have
by
Fast Three
JK
in the
Tyre.
house, Karthik. I can't believe that again. It's a fanboy moment for all of us.
Absolutely.
So let's just look at the races again, and I'm going to get you to be a little more hard, like a very much a rider coach, and say as to what you're going to do rounding. Right then, Kayan Zubin Patel, he is on pole. Anish Sethi, who sealed in the champions, is number 2 again. Navneet Kumar is at number 3. Who's going to come on top again? Each of these laps are going to be at 5 lights are going to lights out. Away we go. The Anish said he has a very good start as he always does. Navneet Kumar tries to stay with him. 3 bikes side by side on the corner again. It's bike number 1. Anish Sethi has the mastery of getting to the turn first, but can he be challenged? Bike number 2, Navneet Kumar has now got the race lead. Anish Sethi trying to follow him. Kayan Zubin Patel would have expected a better start. Little bit of a collision there. Right at the back again. It's almost like a little jigsaw puzzle. We will possibly have a safety car. How do you avoid an action like that? What do you think about the start?
Well, the start looked pretty good, but you can see that the racetrack really requires the riders to be able to get into single file. Let's take a look at here. Let's take a look at the crash. You can see what happened was is you had a couple of riders going for the same area and for the same spot, and the rider behind, he ran into the back of the rider in front of him, and that brought down the 2 other riders. And in racing, we call that a race incident.
I was also listening to your interaction. When there is no space, back off a little and try to hit
Exactly,
inside.
exactly.
Did you think?
But it's very difficult. You could see the rider that actually went down. He tried to get on the brakes and slow down, but he wasn't able to, and that caused the incident when brought down the other riders.
You must be reminded, as Navneet Kumar, the man from Pondicherry. Guess what, Navneet Kumar, after the race, guess who was in the house? It's Fast Freddy telling you what you can do again. The cornering speed, the idle line. You think the poster should have been a little more front, or with these bikes you just go a little back?
Well, the thing is that in a situation like that, it's very difficult on that first lap because the racetrack, you can see the way that you go into that first corner and then it tightens up for the next corner. And I noticed that when I rode around the track yesterday, and that would be very tricky. You know, in my past experience, I was a chairman of the stewards panel, so I was a steward for Grand Prix racing.
I got to watch out
Yeah.
my rules and regulations,
Well,
gentlemen.
no, it's just that I'm used to looking at incidents like that and how it happens.
Anish Sethi on the charge. He's on the inside line. He should be able to try and take the toe. Brake as late as possible. Anish Sethi has spent a lot of time. 3 bikes together at the same line. It feels like symphony. Kayan Zubin Patel, who had the pole position right at the back, as bike number 1, Navneet Kumar. Oh, and there's a one man who's out. But let's please look in the front. It's okay. We rise. Here is Anish Sethi. He's a master when it comes to taking the tight left-hander. Where do you search for that grip there?
Well, you can see there that what he was trying to do is to see if he could get on the inside of the rider in front of him, but it made the radius too tight, and that cost him exit speed.
I'm going to come to about taking the toe, but let's watch how Anish takes a bike number 11, Ashish Patel, and bike number 4 moves up to position number 7. So he was outside the top 10. This is a massive, massive amount of up to the top grid now. This is good. He's made up positions, but the top 3 still bunched up together. In the meantime, Kayan Zubin Patel sets the fastest lap time, 1:17.312. Which is the time to take the toe? Now is the time to take the toe, or has he taken it a little bit too earlier? You kind of feeling.
Well, you could see there that he was seeing if he could maybe get on the outside, but he wasn't close enough to make the pass.
So you got to brake as late as possible.
Yes,
Hurry
but
them.
it's the most important thing to be able to really outbrake someone is to get a drive from the previous corner. And so that's what we need to watch for. The rider in second, he seems like on the brakes he's able to make up time, but he's losing a little bit on the exit of the corner. You can see there that the rider that's in first is pulling away just a little. But look at that. On the brakes, he was able to make that pass up the inside. He learned something from that last lap. And now we're going to have to see if he's going to be able to hold the position going down into turn 1. But it looks like the rider on the inside was able to make the pass.
So that's Navneet Kumar, because he possibly knew that even if he's going to be passed, he will definitely be able to get to the turn again.
Yes.
You got to learn from your previous previous lap.
Right.
I always believe one of the best overtaking maneuvers are the ones that are planned a lap earlier and you just make that fun stick.
And sometimes even more than that. One time I won the French Grand Prix against Tony Mang, and it took me
Oh, yeah.
took me 21 laps to get him to move 3 feet over so I could make a pass on the outside. And so that's where you got to be strategic, and that's where racecraft and management is so important for these riders as they learn. You know, they learn, and you can see he's trying him on the outside, made the pass on the inside, and see where your strengths are, where their weaknesses are.
I do remember your contest with Gardner. He was good. And
Yes.
and he never refused to budge as well, but you have fast Freddy, weren't you?
Yeah, well, I had a great battle with Wayne at the
Oh,
French
yeah.
Grand Prix in 1985, and I was able to come out on top. But
From the time that you've won the first season of 250 to 500cc, you'd see racing has really come quite a bit again. Their safety is quite paramount.
oh, absolutely,
and-
and it's one of the things too with being a steward that I was chairman of the stewards panel, is that one of the things that is really changed is being able to monitor and make sure that it's good close racing, but it's also safe and it's also fair.
This red beauty is on the track. Royal Enfield 650cc. The sound of that engines are music to ears. They're buzzing the towers just behind us as we are able to see them. Now it's all about turn number 7 and 8 up to turn number 11. They'll go to turn number 10 is the slowest part of the track. We are joined by the legend himself, Fast Freddy. Freddy Spencer is in the house and he's watching these boys. They will have a lot of note taking tonight as they finish the race again. You kind of got a feeling that bike number 1 kind of weaving a little bit on the wider line, trying to see that if he's able to get a much longer exit. Do you advise that, or do you think if you're in, you might as well just try to take a more sleeker line?
Well, the key is you got to protect your corner entry position, and you got to be good on the brakes. But the real critical point is mid corner to the exit, and that's where the leader, you can see he really is good at getting the bike turned. These GT 650s are very good in their cornering and their ability to make direction change.
The sound of the music, they just buzzed our ears. They pass around the straight line. We've got 5 laps to go. It's Navneet Kumar from Pondicherry number 1, Anis Sethi at number 2, former champion, and Khayan Zubin Patel at number 3. So, as we just spoke, you were just talking about hugging those corners, maybe just slapping out a little time there. The man whose bike number 3 is in position number 3 is the fastest lap time. Little advice for Khayan Zubin Patel. What do you think you should do?
Well, he's in a position, running. There's one thing about running the fastest lap time, but it's also how you can make the pass, and that's where the 2 riders in front of him, are doing such a great job of protecting their position.
Ashish Patel, we just saw him. He's up to number 6. Varun Patil is also giving him a little bit of company. What I really like about what Royal Enfield is doing, and I will love to talk about your bike ride last evening, but what these guys are doing, they're trying to get the talent from all over the country. Get
Right.
the talent from the street to the track. Wish you had these opportunities when you were racing.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I did. We were very fortunate to have good club racing in the United States, very similar to this, where you could run on equal bikes, but it wasn't sponsored by a manufacturer. And that's the beautiful thing that Royal Enfield has done, is they've given these riders an opportunity on equal motorcycles, very well prepared by ASPE, and really well prepared so that they can have a great chance at showing their abilities and their racecraft. And that's what we're seeing with this lead 3 riders. They're very similar in speed, but we're seeing that the rider number 1, he was able to protect his line, and that in first position, the leader, he was able to protect his line, and now he doesn't seem to have any weaknesses for the riders in second, third to be able to take advantage of.
So we are looking at a 3-way fight for the top position, and then there is a 3-way fight between Rajkumar, Vivek Pillai, and Ashish Patel. Gentlemen, he is the legend. He is the legend. The Fast Freddy is in the house. The one man to have taken over a season of 250 and 550cc. And thank you very, very much for joining in on the house. It's a pleasure for all of us here again. We could talk
It's
about
my
this all.
pleasure.
If we could talk about this all day, it's a pleasure. Really, you really brought in the cherry. You really brought in a great amount of moment by coming to the Curry Motor Speedway. Bike number one, Navneet Kumar, stretching that lead over Anish Sethi right now. Kayansubin Patel now has to fight. Navneet Kumar, in the meantime, has just taken a tip from Fast Freddy, and he's gone the fastest. When you have a clear track, might as well take advantage of it.
Oh, absolutely. We seem to have two riders that coming into pit lane.
I will also want to talk to you about last evening, but before that, the bike that you had driven around this Curry Motor Speedway. How did it feel? And a
Oh,
little bit of the
it
bike.
was incredible. The GT 750 and a little more power. The stability was amazing. And it's a little bit lighter, and so it's the evolution of the bike that they've been able to um, put into this because of the racing the GT Cup. It gives them a lot of data that they can use to be able to process and evolve the next generation of Royal Enfield bikes.
When the bike was moving on to that right-hander, it just reminded me about you and Wayne going into the same corner at the same time, and he's kind of wasn't budging, but then you really little throttled it out. The art of throttling, you need to talk to us about that.
Well, that is such an important part on that you have to learn, and I'm so happy that I come from a generation that was able to learn that craft of throttle control and to be able to use the throttle properly. As we look like he's closed down on this rider in front here.
Oh
But
yeah, Anish Shetty has just set the fastest lap
yes,
time. So Navneet Kumar, in the meantime, has a challenge. Now, was that a lap earlier? Navneet Kumar was almost cruising, but then a mistake here and there, and this is where you use your reserve. It's not over till it's over, is it, Freddie?
it never is. It absolutely never is.
So then
And we'll,
Anish Sethi has 2 laps to go to make it down on the inside. He does it again. So then he literally come how many time again? Anish Sethi has been the master as far as this championship is concerned. Towards the end, he seems to pull out the reserve just out of a hat. So
Well,
every time.
well, and that's what has benefited him, and that's one of the things I know that the rider that number one that won the championship last year, going into this last round, these last 2 rounds, that he was going to have to do was to win the races to have a chance of maintaining the championship.
There is a massive amount of credit given to you as we approach on the last lap. This is hammer time. Anything could happen. We need to get you on because you were one person to put the Stewards Council together to get everybody as far as safety is concerned. And then there is a lot of work when it comes to the infrastructure and the structure of how sport happens.
Oh, absolutely, and it's one of the things when you watch MotoGP and you watch the race today, same thing, good, clean racing, and that's what the steward's job really is. It's not to punish, but it's to give the riders the opportunity to all race at their very best and for it to be fair and safe. And if there is an incident, you call it fairly, and it's the same for everybody across the board. And one of the things I'm most proud of is building the stewards room where we have permanent stewards
Right.
that go to every MotoGP event so the calls can be consistent week in and week out.
Calls need to be consistent. Now, that is some kind of a word to everyone over here. But what is consistent is the fight. We just got about 3 corners left to finally make out who is going to come on top. Will it be Anish Sethi or will it be Navneet Kumar? Both of them side by side. Navneet Kumar has to get a mastered exit. He's got to break us late and just forget about it. Carry that speed on that throttle. But Anish Sethi should be able to cover it. Navneet Kumar has much better throttling speed, but Anish Sethi is ahead and will take the advantage. Anish Sethi takes the checkered flag with Navneet Kumar coming in second and Kayan Sumit Patel taking the third. Vivek Pillai at number 4 and 5. Ashish Patel should be able to finish at number 6. Anish Sethi wins it, looks after the heavens, and he's really dominated in the championship. Quick word on that ride over here.
Well, I think that was a perfect masterclass of how to go and maintain your tires and manage it and manage your speed and pull out the quick laps when you needed to and to take the win. And he took advantage of it. It was a great ride.
I have a personal question to ask you, Freddie. Why do we love this sport so much? When we go back home and we told folks that we love this sport so much, people thought, are you okay? What
I know, well, they just don't understand the passion, right? They just don't understand the experience. I've been doing this. This will be 59 years that I've been involved in the sport of motorcycling.
Could you repeat
And
that again? How many years are we talking?
59
Wow,
years.
and
Yeah.
that's why you're a legend, Freddie.
Yeah, well, I started
Thank you
racing when
for.
I started riding when I was 3 years old, and one of the things that it taught me is that everything that I've learned in life, I learned through motorcycling. Everything that I've experienced, the ups and downs, and the opportunities to meet people and to travel the world and to see the world and to push myself outside my own comfort zone was through motorcycling, and that's what you see the riders out there today. They're on the edge, pushing it, and they just put on a great show for us. And it's great for me. It's a privilege to be a part of the sport.
Having you here is a privilege for us, as I've said that umpteen
you.
number of times. I always wondered, every time when the guys are on the track, to me, motorsports, especially riding, is one of the most grueling and possibly physically more enduring sports out there. I have a lot of respect for other sports, but then you really need to be fit, and so does your engine, isn't it?
Well, and also you're working with a piece of equipment that you have to work with. You have to understand it. And the rider's preparation is so important. And they're learning the technique. And I could go out and when I was racing, like that was such a great racecraft, really smart way that he went about winning the race. Is he maintained, in touch, and then he pushed when he needed to take just the amount of risk, because there is risk involved, and that's the part that people outside that don't understand how great the sport is. That's the part they don't understand, why that we do that and we might take that risk. Was to push ourselves and to push ourselves outside the comfort zone.
This is where we're also going to be looking around. It's been a very, very special privilege to have the fast Freddie Spencer, the man who's a legend all over the years that we've been watching him. It's been an absolute privilege to have him on the commentary box. As I said, I am stoked. It was a fanboy moment for me. I've watched all the races again, and what a privilege to see him even talk about. As we talk about Freddie, just a quick word on your experience, because you're building the all-women's racing team as per the Royal Enfield. You even tested out the 750. Your love and you also work on a Royal Enfield back home in the garage.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Royal Enfield with you.
Absolutely. It's like I said, it's a great privilege to be a part of the Build, Trade, and Race program that we have in the United States, and to come here and experience the GT Cup Series, which is similar but different.
Right.
It's sponsored by Royal Enfield, and we all use the same bikes. And so it's been a great pleasure. This is my 4th year of being involved with the project, and we just keep getting better and better and building that. And like I said, it's great to be here.
Before the team manager at Royal Enfield, Weber, comes and says, Solomon, I may need to kidnap Freddie because we wanted to kidnap you, but they will have the opportunity first. It's been an absolute privilege, and thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you very much.
Right then, without further ado, we are getting down into the presentation shortly. But before all of that, Raman, where are you? And he must be hunting for this man. Karthikeya, there was Freddie Spencer in the house.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it?
Dude,
a legend
I watched
sitting right
his
next to
races.
us. A legend sitting next to us. And, just the way he spoke about motorsports, the way he spoke about motorcycle racing.
Respect, man.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. And now, as always, the race is done. And Raman is trackside for a quick word with the race winners.
You could pretty much feel it's like action replay for most of the races. I come down here and it's Anish Shetty who I'm talking to as the race winner. Talk us through this race.
This race, this was a different mindset altogether for me, because there was no bigger picture for me. It was just this 10 laps of race which I had to go with the mindset which I'm not very much used to. So I had to really prep my mind. And physically I'm not in the best of my shape because I'm just fallen sick and got back up. So after the 6th, 7th lap, I could see that my body's not able to give whatever I'm expecting for. It's unfortunate that Navneet had a little bit of movement. That is when the gap happened, or else it would have been a very close finish.
Well, good for a speedy recovery that you've had from your illness. And let me tell you one thing. I said this like action replay to talk to you after the race. You're a race winner. But I'm sure you'll cherish this race win, because when you look back and you watch the footage of this race, you'll find that the legendary Freddie Spencer was in the commentary box talking about your racing while you were there. So I'm sure this is a race win that you'll cherish.
I mean, that's an absolute honor. Royal Enfield year after year is giving us so many surprises with making racing so much affordable, so much more accessible, giving an opportunity for grassroots level. And to today have a world champion come here and guide us, I mean, that is brilliant. We hope GT Cup goes international.
Well, absolutely. Good to talk to you and congratulations on a race win. That's Anish Shetty for you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's walk across quickly and have a chat with Navneet. Hard luck. Anish mentioned that little piece in the race, otherwise this race might have been a lot closer.
It could have been a lot closer. I think I had a very good lead, but when he overtook me, my bike had a serious moment. I lost the front. It would have been a serious crash, but somehow I managed to stay on the bike. So beyond that, I was not ready to take a risk because that was like 99%. It should have been a crash. So I thought, okay, finishing on second position is more valuable than crashing out, trying to win.
That 1% attributed to the rider's skill, avoiding a crash and making sure you finish and stayed the course.
Yeah, so one more race to go. We'll try to do the maximum. Many of my friends are here, families are there. It's very happy to race in front of them. Thanks Royal Enfield and thanks JK Tyre for this wonderful race.
Well, good luck for the last one.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Let's have a quick chat with Kayan Zubin Patel. Kayan started off on pole, unfortunately not finishing the way you would have liked.
Yeah, it actually is not gone as planned. It's okay, but we still have one more race. The championship is still on. It's still a 2-point difference between me and Navneet, so it's going to go to the last race also. So we'll fight back. There's always a tomorrow, so we fight back tomorrow.
It's great when you have legends come in like Freddie Spencer and talking to the riders, giving them tips. It's like inspirational, isn't it?
Yeah, very much. It really helps and motivates all the riders to gain a lot of knowledge. Plus, he's a very humble person also, so he does not mind answering any other questions also. So he's a very nice person to ask a lot of questions. I've gained a lot of tips from him yesterday, which has really worked out for me today. I've improved on my mistakes also. Now we'll do it better in the next race.
Well, that's great to hear. Congratulations on a podium finish. Wishing you well for the last race. There you have it, the 1, 2, 3 as far as the pro category is concerned. Let's walk across now because it's a mixed grid, remember, in the Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup presented by JK Tyre, where you have the pros and the amateurs on the grid. And talking about the amateurs, I've got Joring here with a race win, a smile on his face. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. I'm done with being second every time. The last round, I won first. I got first, and now I have the confidence. I'm like, no, and this time I won't let him go.
I remember saying this to you. Congratulations on being first, and I'm sure it won't be the last. And that's exactly what's happened. First, then, and win again.
Yeah. So next race, still hoping for first.
All right, go well. Joring, worries are there for you. Brian, let's have a quick chat with you. That battle between you and Joring, it's going to the next level now.
Yeah, pretty sure he has got fast indeed, and it's really good. I'm really happy for P2 today. It's about sealing the championship, not winning every race, coming first. And obviously, you have to live and let live. So you have to win and let others win as well.
Someone who's always been very philosophical, whether he's winning or he's coming in second. What's the secret behind this equanimity and the calm that you maintain?
It's just calm outside. Actually, inside I'm full of panic and so many tremors are there. And coming back to track after a serious leg injury, which I was bedridden for almost 2 weeks. I just learned to walk a couple of weeks back. P2 is pretty far high for whatever I aimed this weekend. So totally happy.
Brian, all I can say is as a champion, you said what most champions feel. The storm inside, but the calm is what you display. Well done on a podium finish.
Thank you.
Now, a special moment for our friend here. Let's have a quick chat on the podium. Cherish this moment.
Yes, of course. First round I was on podium a couple of times, and then second round everything was a disaster for me. Like things didn't go well. I had a crash, and I was very disappointed. And then the third round, first race, very happy to be back on the podium.
What did you do differently that yielded this result?
So last round, I tried to push a little bit and had a crash that lost me all the points, and then I had to start in the back of the grid. This time I was like, I don't, no, I was nervous last round because I was looking for better results. This round I was like, be yourself and then just be calm and ride how you ride usually, and the results will come. It happens.
Trust the process, the result will follow. Congratulations on a good start to the race weekend.
Thanks.
There you have it, a quick chat with the podium finishers, and not just the pro, but the amateur category as well. We've got the presentation coming up in just a bit.
It's time to break free. Break away from the routine. To the greens. And get lost in the world within. To steer through, to stop. Start again. Go forth. Shed your inhibitions and just let it all go. With JK Tyre's Ranger 80, made of tough, made for adventure. For the ones who are wild at heart. JK Tyre, total control.
मैडम जी वो सारे पैसे लेके भाग गए और मेरा वड़ा पाव भी ले गए।
दिखाते हैं इनको।
मोटे वड़ा पाव? हीलर, निकाल दे इसके हवा।
पंक्चर के बाद भी इससे हवा नहीं निकलेगी क्योंकि ये है जेके पंक्चर गार्ड टायर जो कील लगने के बाद भी होता है हील।
क्यों निकल गई हवा?
जेके पंक्चर गार्ड टायर, अब हवा नहीं निकलेगी।
Well, welcome back. These are live images from the Curry Motor Speedway, and what a race we've just witnessed in the Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup. It was Kayan Zubin Patel who started at pole position. Started at P1 with Anish at P2 and Navneet Kumar at P3. But very quickly, Kayan had dropped down to third, and the battle was between Navneet Kumar and Anish Damodar Shetty for top honours. There you can see bike number 1, bike number 2 and bike number 3 leading in that very order, with Navneet leading at that point of time, closely followed by Anish and Kayan Zubin Patel. Kayan obviously a tad bit disappointed after the end of the race because he started at P1 and he thought that this is possibly an opportunity for him to go on and get his first race win. Not just a podium, but a proper checkered flag win. But by the end of the first corner, he dropped down to third. This is where Navneet came in on the inside. Bit of challenge from Anish Shetty coming his way. Although we all know Anish Damodar Shetty, he goes on and goes till the very end and pushes you till the very, very limit. Does Anish Shetty. It was a clean race as these three had peeled away from the rest of the pack. While as far as the amateurs were concerned, it was Joring Varisa who was leading the amateurs pack. Navneet was the defending champion in this category, is still fighting for the second place in the championship along with Kayan Zubin, as there's only a couple of points the difference between them in the Riders' Championship. This is where we know by the end of the final 2 laps remaining, this is Anish territory, and that's exactly what he did. Very quickly got that opportunity and took the race lead away from Navneet Kumar. And the moment Anish Shetty takes the lead away, generally doesn't give it back, and that's where you saw Anish Shetty taking the checkered flag, Navneet Kumar coming in second, and Kayan Zubin Patel coming third.
They've come from the future to change the way we drive.
JK Smart Tire, buddy.
JK Smart Tyre. The tyre with a brain. The future of driving is here. JK Smart Tyre.
So now moving across and moving over to the prize distribution ceremony of the Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup presented by JK Tyres. What a terrific race. A great result for Anish Damodar Shetty. He was trailing for about 8 laps, and right at the very end he got that chance to overtake Navneet Kumar. He took that opportunity with both hands. That's the legend that we're talking about. Freddie Spencer, MotoGP champion, not just in 250cc but also in 500cc, 3-time MotoGP world champion, is amongst us. In fact, he was in the commentary box for this race, and what a moment it was for all of us as fans of motorcycle racing. He's been involved with this project for about 4 years now, and passing on the experience and all the knowledge that he has to all these young racers. First of all, we'll start off with the amateur category. That's Saran Kumar, who takes the second runners-up trophy. That's Brian Nicholas, taking his first runners-up position on the podium. And after finally a race win in the previous round, another race win for young Joring Verisa. Had to wait for this for a race win in the previous round, but as he said after the race, now that he got that race win last time round, he has the confidence to go on and do it again and again. Fast Freddie Spencer there, handing over the second runner-up trophy to Saran Kumar. Next is Brian Nicholas, finishing second in the amateurs category. And now the biggest one, the winner in the amateurs category, it's Joring Verisa, his second race win of the season.
Freddie, I think you should stand.
He's delighted. He's got the confidence now after that win earlier in the previous round. What a moment for these racers to have a legend like Freddie Spencer with them, giving them the trophies, and with a photo as well. Great moment for Saran, for Brian, and also for obviously Joring Verisa. So we're done with the prize distribution ceremony for the amateurs category. Up next is the pro. And in the professionals category, we have Kain Zubin Patel taking the third place on the podium. Got Navneet Kumar, the champion from last season, taking second on the podium. It's great to see the camaraderie, the hugs and high fives around as well. And it is none other than Anish Damodar Shetty who goes on and takes the top spot on the podium. Freddie handing out the second runners-up trophy to Kain Zubin Patel, who started at P1, but disappointed to finish third. Now, Navneet Kumar, the first runner-up. And once again, your race winner, top of the podium, Anish Damodar Shetty in the Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup presented by JK Tyres. Winning a race is something, and being handed a trophy by a legend like Freddie Spencer, well, that's just the icing on the cake. These are your winners for the Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup in the professional category. It's Anish Damodar Shetty, Navneet Kumar and Kayan Zubin Patel.